midnight hammer has battered Iran's nuclear sites, viewers, and it has also stunned the entire world. Washington, remember, has claimed to have obliterated all 3 nuclear facilities, and this time the official confirmation has come from the U.S. Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth. In a first detailed news press briefing after the full-fledged attack, the Pentagon Chief repeated Donald Trump's claim that America has obliterated Iranian nuclear sites. In fact, Pete Hegseth addressed the media alongside the U.S. Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Dan Kane, and issued stern warnings to Iran, saying any retaliation by Tehran against Washington will be met with force far greater. He's also heaped praise on President Trump, calling his decision bold and brilliant.
He sent out a truth last night saying this: any retaliation by Iran against the United States of America will be met with force far greater than what was witnessed tonight. Signed, the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Iran would be smart to heed those words. He's said it before, and he means it. I want to give recognition to the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
All right, that, of course, is Pete Hegseth praising the U.S. president, his boss, over what has happened in Iran after those American strikes. Mr. Jonathan Concricus, let me also then ask you my final question, and that is about regime change and how, the U.S. president has said that why not? Why shouldn't Iran have a regime change? From an Israeli point of view, do you think that's going to help Israel and the West Asian region? If there's a regime change, there will be no nuclear proliferation from Iranian side?
I think regime change would first and foremost be in the interest of the Iranian people. I also believe that it would provide great opportunities of stability and prosperity for the entire region, because the Iranian regime has been an exporter of violence and instability. And of course, Israel would benefit from it, because for 25 years, Israel has been at the receiving end of various acts of terrorism and violence against it that were generated, paid by, and armed by the Islamic regime. However, having said that, I think that regime change is, it's a big concept. Iran is a very big country, almost 100. In Indian context, it's small, but in Israeli eyes, it's very big. It's a country of almost 100 million people. I don't think that Israel has the real capacity to inflict regime change. And I don't think that Israel is in the business of nation building or reinstating whatever governance. But at the end of the day, it is for the Iranian people to decide the future of Iran. I hope for their benefit that after this war ends, or after this military situation ends, then change will happen in Iran for the benefit of the Iranian people. The Iranian people has been neglected by this regime. Money that was supposed to be spent on schools, roads, infrastructure, education, healthcare, instead of being spent on that in Iran, it's being spent on Palestinian terrorists and on ballistic missiles and on nuclear weapons programs. For what use? Definitely not for the use of the Iranian people. And I hope for their sake that they'll be able to find and chart their own way without foreign intervention, without any Israelis or Westerners dictating and telling them what their way of governance should be or shouldn't be. Okay. This is an Iranian issue. And at the end of the day, I'm hopeful, because the Iranian regime has been exposed as weak, incompetent, and the Iranian people has an opportunity here, but it's up to them to decide.
All right, we'll leave it there. Let's see how this moves forward, both for Iran as well as Israel. Thank you very much, Mr. Jonathan Concricus, for speaking with us on Times Now and sharing your perspective.